you mind telling me a little bit about yourself before we dive into the other questions? Like your background, your service, and if you don't mind, how your age, please.
Yeah, no worry. I'm 29 years old. Uh, I went to the Navy right out of high school, so I graduated in 2011. Um, I did all the way up till 2018 is when I got out. I was a operations specialist. I did a lot with radar systems, air monitoring, and missile systems. I did everything from security while I was in there as well. I was a helmsman for a little while. I used to drive ships. I was on station on the USS George Washington on an aircraft carrier, and I was stationed on the USS Chosen, which was a cruiser.
Mhm.
When I got out in 2018, I was a little unsure what I wanted to do, and I looked at a few different schools and different career paths what I was looking for, and I ended up looking at Rosedale is what I ended up doing. That's what I've been doing for the last couple of years, and I got 2 degrees out of it. I got an electrical degree and also an HVAC degree. I just finished up yesterday.
Do you mind telling me why you chose those two degree programs?
I chose them. I originally was looking at going to a regular 4 year school for business, and I really started thinking about it, and I started realizing I had a lot to find out about myself, is what I really want to do in life. And I realized I was definitely not an office person. I realized I was more of a hands-on person. And I kind of hit the lottery with it. I gave it a chance and thought I'd give it a try, and I ended up really liking it. I really liked working with electricity. And I gave HVAC a try, just give it a shot. And I ended up really enjoying it. And that's actually what I'm doing. Starting on Monday, I just got hired for a job. I'll be starting on Monday doing a commercial HVAC.
Okay, cool. It's local here in the area.
Oh yeah, it's right by the school. Same drive every day.
It was that a job that you found out about while working at the school? How did you learn about that
I
opportunity?
I definitely learned through the school. That's one of the best things about that school is they have a lot. They're always on a growing opportunity for getting. That's the goal for at the end of the day. Besides getting good grades and attendance and getting an associate's degree, the goal is to get you out there in the job field for sure. And they always had job fairs. They always had different companies coming and visiting and telling us about their companies and what they have to offer. And they have very good opportunity for individuals out. It's all life is all what you want to put into it. They definitely give you the tools you need to get to the position you want to be.
One of the things I talked about the other day with one of the administrators there was that one of the reasons that people who have been in the military like the program there is because it's very regimented. It's very like on schedule. You know what you're doing every day, and that most people that have been in the military find that comforting. Was that appealing to you?
Oh yeah, that's was probably one of the best things about it too. Is I definitely in the veteran community, we have a pretty tight community, and we're a lot similar in the aspects and some of the traits we have. And I definitely would recommend it to a lot of veterans, because I mean, I've tried it and I know it's not for everyone, but it's definitely a good path for individuals that want to get out. They want to get it. They also want to educate themselves, but want to get something or a good job and continue life after the military as well. Because I mean, it's just because you got a military, life doesn't stop. So it's definitely our community definitely is drawn to that that type of work and that type of education for sure.
I was told that there are some support systems in place there to help veterans, not just with your schooling, but to reintegrate back into civilian life. Did
Oh
you
yeah.
use any of those resources? And if so, what did you think of them?
Oh, absolutely. Even they have a lot as far as like financial. So they have a bunch of financial help. The financial departments was awesome there. So even just help me getting. I think that's the biggest thing is a lot of people want to get out of the military and they're trying to figure out what to do. They don't really. You're kind of nervous on what steps to take and what you have to do just to get into school or even use your GI Bill. They completely help you with everything. It was a very smooth process. Even I know even the school itself, would always have meetings and stuff that were really good. They try bringing different employers. We just have these meetings where we get together and just talk about stuff. And it was always good, either whether if it was just coffee and donuts or lunch or just we they definitely have a very good reputation for returning veterans and trying to bring them back into the civilian lifestyle.
How did you find out about Rosedale? Did somebody recommend it to you? Is it just on a list of places you were looking at?
I heard of them before. I had to sit one day and really think about it because I was looking at major colleges and I was trying to figure out what to do with my life when I was getting out. I started that process a couple months before I was getting out, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And I started to realize I'm not really an office person, just definitely more tools in hand individual.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard of them before, and I was looking at, and I was like, I'll see what trade schools have to offer. And they're the first one I looked at, and I have signed up that day whenever I went there.
And you say you signed up on the first day you went there. What was it about being there and seeing the place that helped you make that decision?
I've seen that a really, really big veteran community, and but as far as even seeing the school and what they have to offer, they everyone's very friendly. They take you a tour of the school, and like all the equipment they work on is real life equipment, and even just the skills they try giving you, that they're all real life skills, even as far as trade skills and soft skills. I was sold right away on it because it just the community had a big veteran community there, and everyone's real helpful. I got nothing but good to say about the whole experience overall. I did 2 programs out of it. I liked it that much.
How long did it take you to do 2 programs?
I had 16 months for electrical and 12 months for HVAC. Most of my credits transferred. All my general ed studies all transferred for HVAC. So I just had 12 months, but I got 2 full associate degrees out of it.
What do you see as the benefit of having 2 associate degrees instead of just 1?
It definitely helps out with, it's going to set you up for a good interview. That's, I think back to like the goal every day, they want you to get hired for a job. They want you to get out there and work, and they want you to have a good life. And, I could definitely say with having both degrees I have, because I do have a lot of relevance to each other. Electricity, is every trade, but that it gets you a better, it gets you a really good job interview, and not just a part-time job or just a minimum wage job. You're getting it's not even a job, it's a career. It's getting you, I shouldn't even say a job, it's definitely setting you for a career. I think it's really good for even that's one of the best things, even the veteran community. It's a lot of older, by the time you get out, most people serve either a term, 2 terms, or if they stay till retirement, but we already had a lot of life experience, and everyone's always wondering what they're going to do afterwards. And they really set you up for the right tools and a good time pace too, to get you in there and get you able to stand on your own for sure.
What did you find the most difficult part of the transition coming from military life into civilian life, and particularly as a college student?
I think probably the hardest part's a little bit financially at first, because you're used to making a certain amount every time, and I think that, and probably I think with dealing a lot of different people at first, because a lot of people don't understand. You see things for a little more regiment, and some people aren't. But that was the best thing about Rosedale, is they understand that, and they were able to you still feel like the community is really tight. It's very very good.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do you see yourself doing with this degree? Obviously, you have a job now, but do you have any kind of plans for the future and how you might like to use what you've learned there?
I'll definitely be using everything I learned. As I know when we were working, we were always it. We would do some theory. For we were always doing hands on. That was probably one of the neatest things about especially doing HVACs. We do all the actual maintenance in the building and all the upkeep for the HVAC. They never were contracting it out. We actually coming out and able to write a resume to actually say we did real life maintenance and actually the equipment, and it's all relative equipment to what and up to date equipment to what everyone's using nowadays. So it's definitely they're definitely up to date as far as all equipment and tools and everything. It's a very good programs for any program anybody picks.
Would you say, just looking around in your class, and you've been through two programs there, what's the mix of age of students there? Is it younger students, older students, a balance
There's
of
a
each?
there's a pretty good mix. There's a lot of kids coming out of high school. I think a lot of the majority of people, I know just my classroom alone, my last class, we had probably about half the students, if not more, were veterans, which most of them were, you know, I'd say the general like balance age probably be maybe 24 to 30 or 40. There's some guys that come back even when they're older, and we had a couple guys. They had careers before. They changed their careers, and at 30, 40, and they're doing really well for themselves. And they're happy doing what they do now.
Mhm. Um, I just thought in my head and it left right out. As far as I know the college isn't allowed to actively recruit or reach out to the military and let them know that they're there, but did the military help you at all with direction that you could go as far as education, other than, obviously the GI Bill? Did they provide any kind of guidance to you?
They do some. It's a the whole process of getting out. It's weird because it's a long process, but it's fast at the same time. And it's mostly a lot of it. They'll give you some tools, but it's mostly, I think, mostly up to individual to take those tools and the opportunities. And you definitely have to do your own education research for sure. Um, I definitely I definitely took up a lot of opportunities, but I learned a lot more when I got out as well. There's a lot of stuff that it's like anything else. You have to educate yourself and do your own research if you want to get anything out of anything.
Mhm. One last question for you. What would you say to other people who are getting ready to leave the military, or who maybe have been out for a while and are still struggling to figure out what they want to do moving forward? What kind of words of encouragement would you give them about considering going back to school?
I definitely believe in education. I can't say enough. You definitely have to. Education is definitely a good investment because it's not just a financial investment, but you're investing in yourself as well. Um, I talked to a lot of other veterans, and a lot of people say they don't know what they want to do, but life's not going to stop for you. So you have to. Not saying just jump the gun on anything, but you also gotta want to be successful, and you gotta want to motivate yourself to um, find those goals, whether it be trade or go through any other school. But you gotta take a chance. Life's full of chances. I still talk to people about it. People I know it's been out for years, and they have their education benefits, but I keep running with the excuse I don't know what to do. And you gotta find out about yourself, what you want to do, and who you are as a person.
Right. Good advice. Good advice. Let me